So I said, let's think of some limits on center x, center y. What else? The ellipse width, the ellipse height, and there's another one. Oh, velocity, right? So this is what I came up with. You might have come up with something different. As long as you justified it, it's totally fine. Um, so if I have my screen here and I'm thinking, well, should the user be able to place the ball outside the screen? I mean, maybe, because that's totally a valid place to place it in processing. But for my purposes, I'm thinking no. So I might say, well, your center X has to be between these 2 points, right, in X. So 0 and the width, right? And if you want to make it less than or equal to or whatever, it's not really that big of a deal. And I can do the same with the height, right? So 0 less than center Y is less than the height. Now for the ellipse width and for the ellipse width and height, ellipse height, they can be as big as they want, right? You should be able to, if you have a giant screen that takes up the whole wall and you're projecting it or something, you should be able to make a ball that's giant, that deals with it. So pixel wise, sky's the limit. There might be a cap in processing. I don't know if there is, but maybe. I don't know. But it shouldn't be negative. Actually, what I wanted to check is what happens if you make it negative. So you want to try an experiment? I wonder if it'll scream at us. Let's see. So I made it negative, right? That's center X. Oh, no, that's center X. Sorry. This is the width being negative. Okay, that's ball one's width of the ball one, ellipse width being negative, all right? And let's see what happens. Will it scream at us? No. I'm so confused. But it did do something weird over here, right? It screwed with the math on the sides, but it drew it like, does it just take the absolute value and it draws it? Yeah, I guess it does. So it doesn't bother. So I guess it can be negative. But we wouldn't want it to be negative because that'll ruin the math on it. Don't make it negative. I don't even know why that's possible. What is, I don't even, I mean, it looks like it, what would that even mean if the width was negative? Oh, well, maybe I can't. Oh, I don't know why I'm like trying to bore you guys by figuring this out. So we're gonna make sure it's positive, but that was interesting, right? Now we know. So if you said lips width, lips height could be anything you want, that's fine. But now you're not gonna have things bouncing correctly, right? They're gonna be bouncing off. So I'm gonna make them greater than 0. Okay. And then I'm going to make. Do I have to save it? Is that the? Oh no, it was working because it made it some weird shape. And then I'm going to make the velocity. Well, I actually don't think there needs to be a cap on velocity x or velocity y. So if you said there doesn't need to be a cap on those things, that's great. But if you were gonna put a cap on it, maybe if it's like going really fast, you're not gonna see much of it, and so maybe that's a bad idea. Also, if if it's going really fast, yeah, maybe something like that. So we could say, I don't know, cap it like negative, I don't know, 10 and 10 might be something decent. And we could always change this later, right? But 10. 10's pretty fast. 10 pixels a second. Well, your ball will be flying. You'll probably not see it that well. Okay, so if we're going to do that, that gives us an idea of how we're going to set this thing. Okay, so that gives us an idea of our setters. And yeah, and then we'll talk about our getters, and then we'll jump on to the next section. See you in the next video.